So, gentlemen, moving on to the undercard, we're dealing with three heats of a sprint, plus a couple of heats of a bitches stake. And the first thing that caught my eye was Crenodi Zero in track one in the first heat, who has been such an exceptional dog and been around for so long at Perry Barr. I think he was fastest dog of the year. Was it 2 years in a row or something very similar? He's been an exceptional dog. Paul, you've had a quick look through. What are your thoughts about the first heat?
Well, Crenodi Zero, I made him favourite, and you say he's been around for a while. He's had 17 races, Floyd, for 12 wins, which is, is testament that he is a fragile dog. But to be fair, Ben knows how to train him, and you have to take your hat off to him. He's had a couple of trials at Sunderland recently, which you'd probably think, might be in the offing at some stage. But his effort when last in graded company, beating Dream on Last was really breathtaking, and the 16-13 was very, very good indeed. I think Master Ruin Final Moon should be up against it. The main dangers are going to be Gilo Gold Dust and Queen Lily, who came out of the Northampton sprint. And I think, again, the D2 winner, Mad About Max, is probably up against it. So the runners for me were sort of 1, 4, and 5, maybe in that order. But I sided with Crenodi Zero because I think he's got a good makeup here.
Yeah, lovely dog. Joe, same heat?
Yeah, I literally echo all of what Pial's just said. He's been a fantastic dog, Crenodi Zero for Ben. He did have a runner in the Grand Prix last week at Sunderland, so maybe it was just taking him up to give him a spin round there and tick him over. And to be fair, the 15.65 at Sunderland is rapid by all accounts. So he's obviously in good form, and he's lightly raced for a dog who's nearly 5. So I'll go for exactly the same one to beat 4 and 5.
Okay, and do you want to kick us off on the second heat?
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, it's a tricky race to be fair, and I've gone for 4 King Sam to take this. He's obviously been in good form, winning the British bred sprint at Nottingham, and I know he got beat at Toaster when probably a track that really wouldn't suit him. To be fair, it's a short run to the bend, and he's got more of a run to the corner. Yeah, 16.09 in a trial when he had a little bit of crowd, and if he improves on that, he's going close to breaking 16, and it would take a monumental effort from one of the others to get close to that. To be fair, so yeah, it'd be King Sam for me, and I made 3 the other runner, Swift Guard, who can be really trappy. To be fair, in sprints, and he's doing it well for Ben Reynolds as well, behind an absolute machine last week, Bocco's John Joe in the semis of the Northamptonshire sprint. One's form is okay, but she's been expensive to follow and hasn't really been running that well. I watched her last week or 2 weeks ago, and she didn't really show a lot of early to the corner for me. She ran okay to finish second, but yeah, I'd go for 4 King Sam to improve on the trial and take this.
Paul?
Very, very similar. I made King Sam favourite and Swiftguard second favourite. They've both got the best early in the race. The one little worry for King Sam, maybe if he didn't hit the ground running, would be Kill West Secret, because this dog definitely wants to sort of lane 3, 3.5. So we will be moving in from 5, and he has been breaking well in graded races. And again, I do agree with Joe about Dream on Last. She's been trapping more than anything else, but she hasn't been flying to the corner. I don't think she's quite in the same form as when we saw her beat Shrewd Call in January. And I think probably Mina Marvel and Drumcrow Nelson are probably up against it somewhat. But all things being equal, if King Sam gets any kind of break here, Floyd, I'm pretty sure that Liz McNair's charge will collect.
Excellent. And in the third heat, I think there's probably one dog that jumps off the page at you. What do you think, Paul?
Yeah, well, Shrewd Call, obviously this has been recorded on Tuesday night, and he's due to run later at Toaster. So it's a quick turnaround, but he's just such a classy sprinter. And I picked him up when he ran in the Scurry, sorry, the Silver Salver it was, and I really like this dog. Really got a lot of time for David's dog. The other runner, though, I must give a mention to is Glengar Ronan. He's got nice early, stays wide, and he's pacey for Julie Bateson. So I don't think it's a one dog race by any means, but Shrewd Call will have to be the selection. I do love the dog.
Can you oppose him, Joe?
No, I thought it was quite a generous race for Shrewd Call. Really, he's look. Fingers crossed he comes out of tonight's race okay, and he manages to take his chance, and all the best to him tonight in the final. So yeah, I couldn't really look past 3. I probably made 4 the other day in Match Malibu, another really nice sprinter for Ben Reynolds, and he gets these sprinters and he does an unbelievable job with them. To be fair, you know, he regularly clocks between 16:10 and 16:20 around Perry Barr, and that's they're decent runs they are, to be fair. So he'd ideally be drawn inside Shrew-Call, and then you could probably make more of a case for him. But I think he could probably follow Shrew-Call round into second. And I mentioned for 6, Glengar Roman won fairly well a couple of weeks ago, obviously beating Dream on Lasso. Whether that form stands up or not, as we mentioned, she's probably not running as well as she was when she managed to beat Shrew-Call. So, yeah, I don't think any of us can look past 3. He's a class sort and one of the best sprinters in the country. So it'd be 3 over 4 for me.
Terrific. Do you want to kick us off? I know you have a run in the second heat. Do you want to kick us off with the Bitches Stake, which I think is the on the card? It's actually the 3rd race, I believe.
Yeah. So again, to be fair, they all 8 opens are the decent opens at Perry Barr Thursday. So credit to them. They've put 2 decent competitions on to support the Laurels. And I've gone for $6 Wisecrack, 3 Old Love tunes. She can be quite erratic from the boxes. And if she managed to pop out, which she can, she may cause Glory Millie a few issues going to the corner. She'll definitely be edging in from 3. I watched her at Newcastle in the Bitches heat, and it was a really weird run in what she done. She completely swerved it at the start and managed to get across and just hold on. So if she pops out, she could cause a couple of issues to Glory Millie. I thought 6 was really well drawn, to be fair. Half a length behind Droopy's Carrot in the Birmingham Cup final back in November. There's obviously been a few issues since. I think she's only had 4 races since that. But she done it really well in A2 back at the end of February, 28:43 when she led. I don't think she can lead here, to be fair. I think she'll follow around 3 or 1, and she might have enough to reel them in. And obviously 2 Lights Out has got plenty of pace, and we'll be hoping that she can maybe get first run on 6, but I don't think she will. And I think she'd struggle to back run 6, to be fair. So yeah, it'll be 6 for me, and then I'd probably be looking for 2 to finish second, Lights Out.
Paul?
I went with Glory Millie here. I'm not really in love with her in track 1 particularly, because she tends to run off at the first turn when she seems to be drawn inside. She won from track 5 here, and I think she's probably better off drawn in 3 would be her ideal box. But because Lights Out is a moderate breaker and more of a staying type, she might have a bit more room just to find a way into the first turn. I do concede that Old Love Tune will move in at the start, which, if that one does get a bingo break, then could cause problems for Glory Millie, and they could easily tangle. She looks a little bit quirky, a little bit chasey, Old Love Tune, but she has got pace, and obviously that's always going to be a danger for Glory Millie. And I do agree with Joe that Dollar Wisecrack's got a good makeup on the outside, got a fair deal of early speed, and I don't think 4 and 5 would be too much of a hazard. So I guess if I can understand Joe's thinking in that Dollar Wisecrack will get a clear run on the outside, but for pace-wise, if the trap's open and Glory Millie starts, I think she'll lead and win.
Excellent. And looking at the second heat, I don't think there's any real argument. It is a higher quality race. Do you have a view on this one?
I thought this was a real tricky race because a lot of these dogs are probably of similar pace to the turn. I thought Hold'em Lauren was probably going to be the selection for me, just really drawn on the inside of the likes of Black Eyed Molly, who met, but the draw's been reversed. Pantone Whisper, I wouldn't be surprised if Pantone Whisper could be the danger, and might offer a little bit of value. Bally Boss Con, she's got pace to the turn. Queen Dolly, I think, probably relies more on a quick break and probably doesn't quite want to be out that wide. And I don't really give Pippa Pops too much of a chance. It was really wide in the trial at Swindon the other day, so no look, so I was against her. But I think selection-wise, I'll be 1 and probably just over 3.
Which rounds up nicely to Joe, giving us some inside info on Hold'em Lauren.
Yeah, look, she's one of the best dogs in our kennel, or bitch, and I think she can get off the front here, and I think she can win. She's only had 5 races since she was brought down in the Guys and Dolls final at Romford back in September, when she was odds on to win that, and obviously got turned over at the corner. She's all good now. She'd had a few issues. She had tonsillitis a couple of months back, so we've been treating her for that, and she's come out of that really well. The trial was good behind Dollar Wisecrack, and I think with a little bit of sun on her back now, and I think we'll see the best of her again in the next couple of months, and hopefully that can start here with a nice draw. She really caught me eye, to be fair, behind Black Eyed Molly. I know she got beat 7 3/4 behind Glory Millie, but she's shown loads of pace on the outside of Black Eyed Molly and just couldn't clear her getting into the third bend. And I think this time being drawn inside, she can show plenty of pace. And look, we think a hell of a lot of her, and hopefully she can put a little run together now. So it'd be one and same as PL. I made 3 the danger. She's running out of her skin at Romford, to be fair to her, for Dave Mullins, and I'll probably made her the danger. If she can transform that short 4 bend form into a stiffer 480, then she'd be a big player. And 2's obviously franked is drawn between 2 early pace types, and she may struggle getting a run Black Eyed Molly, and I couldn't really fancy 4. 5 Queen Dolly. She was running okay before coming to Perry Barr. She popped out in the trial stakes and just showed nothing to the corner for me. If I'm being perfectly honest, she showed no early pace whatsoever for me. So I couldn't really fancy 4, 5, or 6. I thought the winner was coming out of 1 and 3, and I'll go for Lauren to lead round. And if she led, I think she'd go on to win.
Brilliant. Gentlemen, thank you very much.